The night Jim Kimmel and Stephen Colbert took to their respective late-night stages to address the election of Donald Trump as President of the United States became an unforgettable moment in the history of political satire. Their monologues reverberated through the airwaves, creating an electric atmosphere of humor, shock, and critique that underscored the complex emotions sweeping the nation. Both hosts, icons of late-night television, leveraged their platforms to confront one of the most controversial political shifts in modern American history. They delivered scathing commentary that blended humor with biting criticism, marking the night as a cultural touchstone in the realm of political entertainment. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. Jimmy Kimmel, hosting his show from Los Angeles, approached the moment with his signature blend of sarcasm and observational humor. His monologue was an intricate dance between incredulity and sharp satire, offering the audience a release from the tension of the election while making incisive points about the state of American politics. Kimmel began by expressing mock astonishment at the outcome, setting the tone for a routine that oscillated between disbelief and pointed critique. He scrutinized Trump's campaign promises, often framing them in absurd hypothetical scenarios, which elicited both laughter and reflection. His delivery was marked by an exasperated yet measured tone, allowing viewers to feel both entertained and validated in their apprehension about the future. Stephen Colbert, on the other hand, broadcasted from New York City and brought his distinct brand of intellectual humor to the table. Colbert's monologue was more fiery and intense, channeling a palpable sense of urgency as he dissected the election results. Known for his sharp wit and deep understanding of political nuances, Colbert did not hold back in examining the factors that led to Trump's victory. His remarks were peppered with historical references and satirical analogies, drawing connections between past political upheavals and the present moment. Unlike Kimmel, whose humor leaned toward the absurd, Colbert's delivery carried a more direct and confrontational edge, reflecting his frustration with the political establishment and the media's role in the election. The energy in both studios was palpable, as audiences responded with a mixture of laughter, gasps, and spontaneous applause. Late-night television has long served as a cultural barometer, and that night was no exception. The monologues captured the collective mood of a nation grappling with an unexpected and polarizing election outcome. Both Kimmel and Colbert acted as intermediaries for millions of viewers, channeling their fears, frustrations, and bewilderment into humor that resonated deeply. Their critiques were not just about Trump himself, but also about the societal dynamics that propelled him to the presidency. Issues such as economic inequality, media sensationalism, and cultural divisions were woven into their comedic fabric, giving their commentary a depth that transcended mere entertainment. The implications of their performances extended beyond the immediate comedic impact. By addressing the election with such clarity and conviction, Kimmel and Colbert underscored the evolving role of late-night hosts as key players in political discourse. No longer confined to lighthearted banter and celebrity interviews, these shows had become platforms for substantial conversations about democracy, governance, and societal values. Their monologues highlighted the power of satire as a tool for critique and reflection, proving that humor could illuminate complex issues in ways traditional news outlets sometimes struggled to achieve. Furthermore, the choice to tackle Trump's election so directly was a testament to the courage and responsibility of both hosts. In an era when political opinions often sparked fierce backlash, Kimmel and Colbert took calculated risks in delivering unflinching critiques. They anticipated the polarizing reactions their commentary would elicit, but pressed forward, understanding the importance of addressing the moment head-on. This willingness to confront controversy helped solidify their reputations as voices of reason and resistance during turbulent times. The broadcast also demonstrated the enduring relevance of live television as a medium for collective experience. In a world increasingly dominated by on-demand streaming and fragmented media consumption, moments like these reminded viewers of the unifying power of shared live events. The immediate, unfiltered nature of their monologues added an element of authenticity that resonated deeply with audiences. Both Kimmel and Colbert seemed acutely aware of the gravity of the moment, and their ability to strike a balance between levity and seriousness underscored their mastery of the late-night format. Another notable aspect of the evening was the interplay between humor and emotion. While both hosts leaned heavily on satire, there were moments when their words carried an unmistakable weight of sincerity. These instances provided a stark contrast to the laughter, creating a dynamic rhythm that kept viewers engaged. Kimmel, for example, paused at one point to reflect on the divisive nature of the election and the need for empathy and understanding. Colbert, meanwhile, delivered a poignant remark about the fragility of democratic institutions, urging viewers to stay vigilant and informed. These moments of earnestness added depth to their performances, reminding audiences that beneath the humor lay a genuine concern for the future of the country. The cultural significance of that night's broadcasts extended beyond their immediate impact. They became a focal point for discussions about the role of media in shaping public opinion and the responsibilities of entertainers in politically charged times. Critics and fans alike debated the effectiveness of satire in challenging power and fostering civic engagement. Some viewed the monologues as cathartic expressions of resistance, while others questioned whether they could truly influence public perceptions in a meaningful way. Regardless of these debates, one thing was clear. The performances left an indelible mark on the cultural and political landscape. In the days that followed, clips of Kimmel and Colbert's monologues went viral, sparking conversations across social media platforms and news outlets. They became rallying points for those who felt disillusioned or disheartened by the election, offering a sense of solidarity and validation. The broadcasts also served as a reminder of the importance of humor in times of uncertainty, illustrating how laughter could serve as both a coping mechanism and a form of resistance. By channeling their audience's emotions into sharp, incisive comedy, Kimmel and Colbert transformed their shows into platforms for collective healing and empowerment. The event also raised questions about the evolving relationship between politics and entertainment. As late-night hosts continued to blur the lines between comedy and political commentary, their influence on public discourse became increasingly evident. Kimmel and Colbert's monologues exemplified this trend, showcasing the unique ability of satire to engage audiences in critical conversations about governance and societal values. Their performances underscored the growing role of entertainers as cultural commentators and advocates, challenging traditional notions of political authority and expertise. As the applause faded and the cameras captured every nuance of Jimmy Kimmel's and Stephen Colbert's expressions, the gravity of the moment became even clearer. Their monologues, while laced with humor, also served as a warning shot across the bow of complacency. These performances weren't merely about landing jokes, they reflected a deep understanding of their audience's anxieties, fears, and questions about the future. The art of late-night satire hinges on this delicate balance, connecting with viewers in a way that entertains but also compels them to think critically about the world around them. One of the most striking elements of both Kimmel's and Colbert's routines that evening was their ability to create a narrative arc. They didn't simply deliver punchlines, they wove stories that examined the trajectory of Trump's rise to power. Kimmel, for instance, deconstructed the stark contrasts between Trump's campaign rhetoric and the expectations placed on a president-elect. Through hypothetical scenarios and sharp analogies, he painted vivid pictures of the potential consequences of unfulfilled promises. These moments of narrative clarity drew the audience into a shared space of reflection, encouraging them to question not just Trump's policies, but the mechanisms of governance and public accountability. Colbert, meanwhile, crafted a more historically grounded narrative. His monologue touched on the cyclical nature of political upheaval, drawing subtle parallels between Trump's election and past periods of social and political disruption. He wove in references to historical figures and moments, giving his critique a sense of depth and context. Colbert's approach often veered toward the philosophical, as he explored the broader implications of a fractured political landscape. He dissected the rhetoric of division that had fueled Trump's campaign, urging his audience to consider the lasting impact of such polarization on the fabric of American society. This intellectual rigor added a layer of sophistication to his satire, setting it apart from more surface-level commentary. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert's comments about Trump? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.